Apply lean governance. So lean governance collaboration. Lean governance manages spending, audit compliance, forecasting, expenses, and measurement. Forecast budget dynamically, measure portfolio performance, coordinate continuous compliance. So big upfront annual plan. This is extremely common. Not that many companies are doing Agile budgeting yet, but I expect that to change. It's really becoming more popular. And so with Agile budgeting, you're going to take a look at the value stream budget on a cadence. Common is every 6 months. So input to that is going to be, you're going to look at your current budget, and then we're going to take a look at the changes to the themes, the market changes, the product feedback, internal, external, economic indicators, conditions, and then we're going to come up with a new budget. And so that should happen maybe twice a year. And so then that budget will be applied to the different value streams. So as an example, one value stream might change their budget in 6 months, so it's going to go down a little bit. So the significant expense for a value stream is teams. So that means that maybe this value stream had 15 teams, and 4 of the teams are going to get moved to value stream number 2, which their budget just went up. And so we want to keep the teams together and then move the work into the teams. So participatory budgeting, think of it like playing Monopoly with play money to make decisions for the company. And so we'll get into a little more detail what that looks like in a second. So the steps to get to participatory budgeting: prepare the content. So we have to have a business context, new portfolio epics, baseline costs, that's the run the business, and then the new epics and cost estimates. So that should be identified and socialized for everybody that comes to the participatory budgeting. So think of it like a program. And then assemble the participants, should be a combination of business and technology people. And then you conduct the forum, and then you analyze the results. And this is just a tool for the portfolio management to make the budgeting decisions. They don't have to follow everything that in here, but it's a recommendation. And so then based on the epics that were approved in the participatory budgeting, they would be assigned to the different value streams, and then that might affect the different value stream budget. So the group of people in the participatory budgeting, they like a particular epic, well, that's going to be a particular value stream, so that value stream might get more money for that 6-month period. Gather the right people, and so a combination of architects, business owners, fiduciaries, stakeholders, and so combination of everybody. And so you have to separate out the run the business and the grow the business. So the run the business, to keep the lights on, we're not going to turn the lights off, and so that has to be set aside, and we're not going to play with that money. But the grow the business money, we're going to talk about what's important to us and how we can grow the business the best. And so participatory budgeting here, you have the current value stream budgets, and then the portfolio roadmap, grow the business, and then the outcome is the new value stream budgets. So how do you run the participatory budgeting? Each table has participants from different value streams, gets money representing the total portfolio budget. So say it's $50 million. Each table must allocate the run the business budgets. Okay, so then if it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, each person at the table has a certain amount of money. They have to fork over the money for the run the business budget. Okay, they only have so much left. Okay, so now they each have a combination of the grow the business money, and they have a list of epics that they've looked at, and they're going, okay, so I like this idea the best. I want to put all my money towards this, and then somebody else will say, nah, well, that's not really right. We need to spread it out. And so there's going to be a open, active discussion on what's the most important for the organization. And so each table would have a different value stream. And so multiple tables can have the same value stream, but then they're going to come up with recommendations based on what they think is most important to grow the business. So output of the participatory budgeting is going to be new value stream budgets, and then a list of epics that are approved. Typically, that's going to be epics that are in the portfolio backlog, but you can also include that are in the analyzing and review, because they could easily be built in the next cycle, which would be 2 PIs if you're doing participatory budgeting every 2 PIs. So then the participatory budgeting benefits helps ensure that empowered value stream stakeholders are making the best possible decisions. More ownership improves morale, typically results in greater efforts by employees to achieve what they are forecasted. What you'll find is that people are willing to vote against their own idea if they see that a particular idea is actually more valuable to the business. And so you're going to see the team self-managing to empower each other to identify the best things to build. So then we adjust those value stream budgets after the participatory budgeting. So value stream can go up or down or stay the same. And then lastly, we're gonna prioritize those budgets with the weighted shortest job first to sequence the work. And so yeah, here's an example of the different epics that were approved, and based on the total budget, the Agile release trains inside the value streams are going to shift the money a little bit. So in this example, it went from 18 to 15 million. So the 2 Agile release trains in the value stream at the bottom, they lost a few teams. So they're going to get moved to the upper value stream that went from 10 to 13.